Hi, my name is Maya Fajardo, and I'm very proud to say the smartest person I know is my mother. I'm not just going to say that because she helped me with my schoolwork throughout grade school. Who am I kidding? She helped me with my homework throughout high school. I also don't say she's smart just because she has her master's in psychology. My mom isn't just book smart, she's I'll figure all your problems out for you smart. And I mean that. This woman always has a solution to everything. Difficulties that seem to be my biggest problems are nothing that she can't fix. Every time I get uptight and stressed over exams or paying my rent, she always has something to say about it. Her famous saying is, it'll all be okay eventually. She always has faith that things will work out for the better, and she has never steered me wrong. She's not just smart, she's pretty too. She stands about 5'4". Height doesn't run too well in her family. She has maple brown hair, and she's got high cheekbones, which comes from her Native American descent. She has these cheeks that always seem to be rosy red. She's one of the most beautiful women me and my father have ever laid eyes on. And again, I'm not just saying that because I inherited my looks from her. Besides my mother being gorgeous and an absolute genius, she's had some very important accomplishments. The first and foremost achievement that she has ever completed was raising me and my two brothers. She raised us through a lot of tragedies, more than she ever should have had to. Through several deaths, terminal illnesses, and other difficulties, she never once failed us. Losing my grandfather was one of the hardest things we've had to face as a family. As much hurt as my mother felt, she remained strong for her family. She cared for us and made sure we had everything that we needed. She is truly a selfless woman. I look at all the things I complain about, and I start to feel guilty. I complain about one online class, whereas my mother finished her whole master's degree online while raising 3 kids. She also attended choir every Wednesday night and was an amazing wife to my father. Although my mother is one of the most successful people I know without her career, I'm here to acknowledge her and allow everyone to see just how successful she really is. Along with her master's degree, she's a substance abuse counselor. She is going to her doctorate program to research on the biopsychological causes of addiction. I'm giving her an award tonight because she was the first one to find a key component to all addiction sufferers and change the makeup in their brain to reduce the symptoms of addiction. There are several reasons why this award belongs to my mother. I believe her helpfulness in general deserves an award. She loves to help people, even though they may not deserve it. She has been working with convicted felons to help increase rehabilitation instead of punishment for those who suffer from addiction. She firmly believes that 2 wrongs do not make a right. She has raised her 3 children on that motto. She would much rather help rehabilitate people rather than punish them for their actions. It makes more sense for people to learn about their addiction. She fights for these addicts' rights even though they have sometimes committed heinous crimes. I know for a fact that she is just as strict on the men in her program as she is on her 3 kids. The fact that she disagrees with so much of the punishment that occurs in the prison system is what makes her look like such a softie. But believe me, she has told countless stories about how she has put each inmate back into their place. Speaking of stories, I'll never forget the day I got in trouble my sophomore year in high school. I was never much of a smart talker, but when my teacher threatened to take my phone away in my English class, things didn't go over too well. I told her I wasn't going to give it back, and the only way I would is if she would give it back to me right at the end of the day. After her telling me that the only thing she could do is take it, and she could give it back to me when my mom came and picked it up, and she'd have to let her know by calling her, I told her, "You can't call my mom, she's in prison." Even though I was almost positive my teacher knew she worked at a prison rather than being an actual inmate, I thought for a split second that it might have worked. I did get a laugh out of the teacher after she came to the conclusion that the prison was my mom's work. I ended up giving my phone and only got 1 period of ISS. It is truly a wonderful thing what my mother has done. It's amazing to see people notice her as phenomenally as her family does. She had had countless nights of research in several classes that have paid off for her result of being to help addicts change the makeup in their brain. This means there will soon be less addicts on this earth. Thank you everyone for your time, and I'm honored to give this award to my remarkable mother, Kristen Fajardo.